God, I need to shave. Jesus Christ. Alright, okay, so here's the deal. I've got... My sister is tone deaf. She can't perceive tone very well. She did this with this thing on the Harvard University website where you can do like a test to see how good your ears are at perceiving changes in tones. So, that in mind, I thought, why don't I make something like that? See, now my aunt got me this here. Can you see that? There. This is an Arduino Uno. It is a piece of technology that can be used to control electrical signals in a way that you can build circuits. And if I just... I'll show you a magic trick here. I'll let you in on the action. How about that? Why don't you... Well, wait, maybe you don't appreciate that. So if I just plug this... Great, now my computer's turning on. Fantastic. If I just plug this guy in here, like so... Oh, wait, hang on. Shit. I can make noises with this little thing. It's called a piezo, and it basically takes electric current and it puts it through a material that vibrates at certain voltages, so I can control the frequency. And you can see here, this awful noise, this noise here, that was supposed to be my rendition of Megalovania. This is fucking stupid. Okay, I thought, why don't I use this technology, the Arduino, plus the piezo, and make a slightly worse, but slightly a bit more concrete version of Harvard's music tone ear test thing. I'm gonna go shave, and then I'll come back to you, and we'll talk about that in a different room. Okay, so... Okay, I don't actually have another room where I can record, because this is all I got, and everyone else is home because we're in isolation. So, as you can see, I've already mastered the art of speakers and piezos and outputting sound with the device. So, my next hurdle is setting it up in roughly the same configuration as they have it on the Harvard study. So how the Harvard study works is you put on your headphones, and it'll play you 3 identical tones of the same frequency. And then it'll play you a 4th tone, it's either of a higher or a lower frequency. And then you can, you either press, higher if you identify it to be higher, or lower if you identify it to be lower. And, don't at me, but I actually got perfect on that. And my sister got like 3 out of 32 or something like that, which is pretty terrible. So, my goal is for this to be intuitive and user-friendly. I think I'm going to have... Or no, I'll draw it. Come on, let's go. Let's go! Okay, so I kind of worked a little bit of a schematic here. This is not a professional drawing by any means. I'm not, well, I'm not really qualified to be doing this. This is my handy-dandy notebook. It's cool. It's like, it's like a computer science notebook. See, it's got a data structure, and it's got all these little, data structures in the back. So this is the Arduino. It's a microcontroller. I really don't quite know what that means. It means it's kind of like a computer, but it's kind of not as good. But okay, so these are the digital output pins, digital input output pins, and we're sending a signal to the piezo here of some sound, and then we're receiving from constant power. We're receiving buttons, signals, and then once we have the signals and we already know the frequency, we can know whether it was true or false. And then if it was true, you put it to the green light for correct. If it was false, the red light for incorrect. And yeah, we're able to manipulate the frequency here with something called pulse width modulation square waves, which I kind of get what it means. I don't know. It's like a sine wave. Okay, so I've wired up my Arduino to the breadboard. This is called the breadboard. No one knows why, no one cares. But yeah, so I wired it up according to my schematics. So we have 2 LEDs here, and we have the piezo, paisano, the scusi. These ones with the tildes, that means that they can do input and output. So I wired those ones to the to the buttons so they can get receive input. The buttons are the only input we're putting in at all. This is actually not a super complicated thing. I don't know. I'm not Michael Reeves, okay? I'm not Michael Reeves. I'm just a dude in his bedroom with a camera. These are resistors. Needs to keep this thing from destroying itself. And yeah, if I've wired this right, then there will be no damage. Or I might capture my lovely little board being destroyed on live footage. Alright, I've plugged it in. As you can see by this light there, it is actually on and nothing has burst into smoke. So something I've noticed is that these wires here, these are the I/O wires. They're connected to the female pins here. But something I noticed is, one, this is going to be really difficult to house if I want to build a mechanism here to keep this thing contained. And then two, that should make it really hard to get out the buttons here. This kind of caught the wire there. So I'm going to need to rewire that somehow, make these a bit more user-friendly. Intuitive experience. Remember, that's what our goal is here, is to have an intuitive, user-friendly experience. Okay, so now we're going to do the software component, which I actually have a bit more experience in. So I set up some magical, you see the screen when I see the screen at the same time. And I have this camera up in the corner, so you can see me at the same time. This could be very boring. We'll probably time-lapse this somehow, or speed it up. Let's get to work. Okay, so I've made a little thing. I'm just going to test to see if I can get this to work. Basically, I created a function that will randomly generate a frequency, and then it'll randomly generate a change in the frequency. So they should play the frequency 3 times, and then play the new one more time. So see how it goes. So I don't know. I think I'm using the overloaded version of the method wrong. This is or the function wrong. This is not what I intended for it to do. So let's just unplug that. I changed it up a little bit. It's not quite the same. Okay. Alright, let's turn it off. And I think maybe 10,000 hertz is a bit high for, our area. So I'm going to do a bit of research on, what is an acceptable frequency change. I might actually go back and do that Harvard test again and get another 100%. So I'll check back when that's done. So I messed around with some stuff here, and as you can see, the changes are now much more audible if I just get some power here. USBs. So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, change. 1, 2, 3, change. I'm gonna work in this horrible excuse for a user interface. Again, I'm not an engineer. I'm just a guy in this room with the camera. So maybe I'll have to move these buttons around. But right now, I'm trying to get a workable prototype. The Am I Deaf Tester Mark 1, as I've so nicely named it. Okay, a bit of digging around, and check this out. You get the noises. And it changes, and you wait for a second. You just gotta press a button. So it waits for you to give your input to put in your answer, and then it will keep going. It doesn't know whether you're right or not yet, and the lights don't work yet. So yeah, we ran out of time. There's also a time limit. If you don't answer within 10 seconds, then it keeps going. So see you in a flash. Oh man, magic. Okay, well I don't know, my magic trick didn't really work all that well. I've got some issues still. Well, it kind of works, that's the thing. It just sort of played the music. It was lower, so I'll push the lower button, and I got it right, okay. That was lower, I'll push the higher button, and I got it wrong, see? It works, but there are some issues, because if I just wait out the 10 seconds here, it kind of just does that. It just pushes the red light on. And there might be an issue with something. I just deleted an entire function by accident. I was trying to copy my error message that I was getting into my notepad. I need a depression cookie. It's nice to have somebody to rant to, Even if it's just a camera sitting on my desk. Right. Let's retype this. Okay, so there's a stupid, I should probably use my screen recorder. There's a stupid little bracket here, a little curly bracket here that was just scrolling the entire thing off, and I couldn't find it out because this error report that it gives me is a garbage, and Arduino does not have the line numbers on the side enabled by default. I had to Google how to enable them, but now they're there, and now I think I've worked out all the kinks, so I'm going to plug this in and give it another try. I have like 2 essays due next week. I have 2 of them I have to do, and I'm instead of building this stupid goddamn. It was higher. That was also higher. Let's just, there we go. That was lower. Good, good, everything's going to plan. Let's get one wrong. That was higher, let's push the lower button. Oh dear. Oh, wrong. Wrong answer, bud. Now let's just leave it alone and not answer the question. We're out of time. Yes. Sounds like a goddamn McDonald's deep fryer in here. Alright, yes. It works. The Mark 1, I consider this to be a working prototype. I guess I'll put it into a housing, but that's tomorrow's problem. That's tomorrow's problem. Tonight, I'll just enjoy the fact that I've made this thing work and plan for the future, I suppose. Okay, it's a new day. I've got a new t-shirt on. I do change my clothes. That is something that I do. I think we should start today by just kind of looking at the code, because that's kind of the engine that's driving this monstrosity that I've built. So let's take a look. Okay, I should start recording now. So I don't know anything about what I'm doing right now. This could be all completely wrong. This could be a really bad way of doing this. I'm new to C++. I actually don't even know how to create a new class in C++ or in Arduino. I don't know. Is it really practical to use object orientation in Arduino? Because I feel like this thing has like a few kilobytes of storage on it, and I'm just afraid of, 32 kilobytes. I just don't want to overload it. But whatever, that's not an issue right now. I'm going to now switch my focus to the hardware, because I want to rewire this to make it a bit more user-friendly, because right now you have to fit your hands down in there, and I want it to be a bit more intuitive for, somebody who's in a medical contact. This is so stupid. Alright, okay, maybe we can have a montage of me swearing as I try to put wires into pins. Alright, I'll try to keep my hand out of the way so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, that does not look that much better, but it's out of the way, so we'll give this another try. Ah, crap. This will be a whole lot easier if I owned a soldering iron, or if I knew how to solder. That would also probably help. Okay, that might have fixed it. Yes! Alright, it still works. That's good. Okay, it's done. I've wired it, so now I just look kind of a flat thing that doesn't just stick up, and now you can actually press the buttons with a bit more ease. It's like I'm playing the Game Boy in some ways. Anyway, so that's that out of the way. I would like to next, I don't know. My problem is this breadboard it's glued down to this plastic stand that came with the starter kit. So I can't really move it anywhere. So I don't know how I'm going to build a housing for this, because I want people to just carry on this big stupid thing. It looks like it's a bomb. I want to make it a bit more compact, with just the lights and the buttons and the speakers sticking out. Okay, so I was working on this thing, and I was like, I don't know, I can't find any boxes that really fit the machine inside. Maybe I should just give up and just not do the housing and just have it like this. But then I realized these cookies that I've been eating this entire video have all been Girl Guide cookies, and their box, which I've already cut open, is a really good amount of size, and it's still pretty clean. So I'm just gonna use that. I'm gonna show you what I've got in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm using the brown side of the box here. And some of the more eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that, you know, the actual thing here, the lights are way higher up than the buttons are. And I was confused by that for a while, but then, you know, my monkey brain realized, why don't you just this thing has sharp pins, so why don't you just shove the button, oh dear, shove the button, just daintily shove. You know, I have a hand occupying the camera. I'm going to do that thing, and we're going to see how it works. Okay, so long story short, I don't know, it worked out. Monkey brain was right. Just shoved this thing through here, and it's actually pretty sturdy. I attached some wires here. This was an absolute bugger. I tried to like tape, like just wrap the wire around, but that wasn't working. So I got like this Scotch tape here, and then I tried to shove it in here, but it's not super well aligned with these wires. Like it's really a pain to get it on. So I'm working on that. And I tried using the paperclip, but the paperclip is too thick and it's not bendy enough for this application, and it might not even connect very well anyway, because I think it's all like coated with stuff. Electronics, everybody. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream, take a break, clear my head, get a bit less angry, and then I'm gonna try this again. Okay, so after a tremendous amount of digging around, look, it works. The lights work. It's not quite as random as I would like. It's kind of doing the same thing over and over again. Like I kind of memorized the answers to the first little ones, but it works. So now I just need to, yeah, so I kind of just tape this up down here like that, and I don't know. I realized I had to just stop being a moron and just like wrap it around the best you can and tape it down. Shut up. And tape it the best you can, and yeah, I'm just gonna make it look a little bit less horrendous. And there you have it, the Def Tester. It looks all right. I put some walls on the side here, and I put some little indications to show which button does what. And I call it the Mark II because, one, it sounds cooler, and two, I kind of modified it from its original design. But yeah, this is overall, it works out all right. This is a lot of fun to build over today and yesterday. I might do more stuff like this, or I might never touch this again. You know, or maybe I'll just make a great deal, get it rich with some like medical company, and become just a bioengineer for the rest of my life. Or I'll get a scholarship for my just absolute genius mastercraft design with the Scotch tape on the yet side. I don't know, man. I don't really think too much about the future anymore because I'm still stuck at home after 2.5 months, and every day is just the same. Anyway, I'll catch you around.